Yo, what's good? Stu here, Stu TV. I cover all things blockchain, metaverse, crypto, all that good stuff. Back at it again with another video. In this video, I'm gonna be covering Hyperliquid and just everything that's going on with the Hyperliquid NFT ecosystem. I know Hyperliquid is blowing up. I know it's top 10 in TVL and total volume. A lot of things just going on with this chain. I know recently they just got a $1 billion valuation of an airdrop and it's continued just climbing. A lot of things just involved, but let's actually just get into it. The centralized DEX trading exchange. So you can actually just make trades on it, be able to get into BTC, Ethereum, many altcoins, and many meme coin choices. Also get access to leverage and futures trading. You have low fees, up to 50x leverage. Trade with conviction to maximize capital efficiency. Transparent is seamless. So it just shows all the different components with Hyperliquid, the block time, the daily volume, and the transaction per second with all the users. So it's a growing user base. A lot of people are just hype over the last hype token. They're doing another launch with this particular airdrop. Get eligible and start trading on the platform if you're interested. But let's actually just look into Hyperliquid. I know we have Hyperliquid currently sitting at $1.667 billion worth of volume just for TVL. We just look at Hyperliquid against all chains. We could just scroll down. We can see that it's actually in the top 10, just behind Sui and Arbitron and Base. So a lot of liquidity, a lot of inflow. A lot of people just talking about it as insane, lucrative airdrop that changed the game. That's why a lot of this money is now flowing and funneling into NFTs. A lot of people are just interested in being early users and what benefits and opportunities are available in the upcoming ecosystem. But let's actually get into Hyperliquid. Let's get into our first tweet. Everyone is talking about abstract, but there's another new NFT ecosystem nobody's talking about yet, Hyperliquid NFT. So you have Hypers, the most hype project, Pip on Hypers, and Liquina on Hypers. NFT Hyperliquid hasn't launched yet, but it could be worth exploring the ecosystem and get involved in the top projects. Unless you have 50k USD lying around, Hypers NFT is not accessible right now, and we're opt at the moment in the time of the hype airdrop claim. So you are wasting time. I've done all the job for you. Here's a list of all the type Hyperliquid NFT projects. Hypers on Soul, mentioned again. Hyperians NFT, if I'm pronouncing it right, and Cat's Cartel. So these are some of the top projects. A lot of people are just talking about just different ones that mentioned. Let's go over to our next one. Then we have Hyperliquid NFT Alpha. With the influx of builders in the space, more projects popping up. Here's the project that we found. So these are some early ones, just newer finds to be on Hyperliquid. Chaos Hyperliquid. Then you have Bay of Hyperliquid, Oli of Hyperliquid, Liquid Bots, Hyperians on Hyperliquid. So just a lot of new ones. Be able to check out those different parts and be able to get access on these different projects if you want early leads. But let's go over to our first one. So we have Hypers on Hyperliquid. More info coming soon. Hypers is coming to hype. We are the best forming community on one of the most disruptive ecosystems to date. The community art for Hypers on Hype has been so good that we're adding these submissions to our final collection. So it seems like they're updated with their tweets. They have just different forms to submit to be able to get access. If you want more information, just definitely go join their Discord, be able to get access. Just look in there, just see what's going on, see what's being posted to keep you up to date. Also keep all noties because this is a very hype project on Hyperliquid. A lot of people are just interested in terms of what utility do they have tied to the actual trading decks, what things do they have lined up for this particular NFT project. It'll be soon to tell, but this is one to definitely keep your eyes on. Let's go over to our next one. So we have Catball, the secret Catball Hyperliquid. Don't be ridiculous. New to the Catball, discover what we started in the last Magnum Octopus, Catballio. So it shows you a different video. Let's actually look into that. We pass by silent light. Some. So it just seems like they just have just a narrative they're pushing with the yarn. Maybe that could be just some actual utility to the actual NFT. So it just seems like the Twitter is just very active, just keeping the community updated about the latest tweets, what they got going on, just different ways on how they're going to incentivize with just other parts of the Hyperliquid ecosystem and community. Let's go over to their website. They keep denying the truth. So it just shows the ball yarn like they showed in the video. Step into the circle. So it actually just gives you a link to where you can actually just trade the Catball, which is the actual yarn that they're being able to have utilities actually tied to the token. So currently it's sitting at a $12 million market cap, 12.5 million. So you can be able to get this on Hyperliquid. So I imagine just trading in and out of token, maybe just getting your wallet eligible for an eligible airdrop, being able to get access into that tied to a trading DEX. But let's actually just go through this. All is a brotherhood, shrouded in secrecy, where the camaraderie and loyalty bind its members in an unbreakable pact. Whispers speak of shared rituals and hidden gatherings and moments of unspoken clandestine dealings to silent reflections. So you have KOLs, sexes, bozos. Imagine though to be different tiers, maybe of NFTs or just different collections. So they have just different parts of the comic book, and then they show Hyperliquid. So it's actually a token that you could buy paired with the NFT. They also just show YouTube and just links to your socials, but that's one that you want to keep your eyes on. So we have the queen of Hyperliquid, Liquina and Hyperians. So they have just access to the actual website. You can also join the Telegram. All Hyperliquid spots are crazy undervalued right now. So let's talk about Liquinians. NFT airdrop. Only 3,000 Liquinians exist, symbolizing the finest art in the gardens of the Hyperliquid empire. First NFT collection on Hyperliquid. Hyper Guardian Haikura is now live in action. So you could just join the Telegram, shows all the latest tweets. Here's a sneak peek of Liquinian's prototype. Queenmaker is busy cooking up all sorts of things and says yes, they are premium. So let's see if we can just preview this video. Here's what you can actually just get access to. Shows you the rarity percentages, what you actually get when you just get on the mint, what you just see on the back office. Also, it just shows you where it says drip.trade. So I imagine that's a website that you can go and just refer and just get more access and look into the actual NFTs and the traits and the rarities. But the Well Liquinians TG Group open requirements meet one of the following: hold 3,000 Liquina or hold 10 NFT, give you some sort of utility or be able to access to the airdrop. But it seems like the Twitter is just pretty active. Let's go over to the website. So we can just scroll up Lona $, and then we can just read a bit of this. By the grace of the Hyperliquid community, I've been born into this noble realm. Though I'm yet in my youth and unrefined, I still endeavor and treat our community with the utmost integrity, guiding Hyperliquid to boundless influence across the digital dominion. Spreading IP, having different memes and images that grow across these different social medias. So they just have just different things covering on how they're going to actually push the IP of the Liquina AI token. Just one to be able to keep your eyes on and just see what they got going on. This is the latest. Let's go over to our next one. So we have Pip. Even the tiniest Pip can create the wave of changes. As the son of Pip, where are we going? You don't need the charts. So this Twitter is just very active, just seeing exactly what they have going on. We'll see if we can just scroll and just go over to the link tree. So they have access to the actual Telegram. Also, you can buy Pip. And then the same thing, they also can buy Pip. So I imagine that's also another one. As far as the extension with Catball, it has the same as far as just being able to get access with Pip. So I imagine that's just some level of utility as far as extension of this project. We can go to our main Pip account and then you can go to Pip Media, so you can check out all these different links if you're actually just interested in the project, and then also directly trade that on Hyperliquid if you want to get more access. Join the community on Telegram if you have any questions, being able to get more insight, interaction on this project. But let's go over to our next one. So we have our next one in Katza. 8,666 members. Katza cartel are coming to take over. The first blue chip NFT on Hyperliquid. It's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Everything burns. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. So we can just look on the actual engagement. A lot of engagement, a lot of people are just interacting with different tweets. So it's just getting a lot of engagement for the follower count. Very active Twitter and X account, so that's always a good sign. You just having activity. They also have access to the Telegram. We'll see if we can check out the website. So the website's really not saying much. I know they have access to their socials. You can be able to connect. So just join the Telegram, see exactly what they got planned. If you're interested in this project, guys, this is another one to keep on your watch list. Hyperians, high quality pixel art on Hyperliquid, creating digital art and sharpening or shit posting and working on Hyperians. So you have Hyperians 100K. Thanks for each of you. We're coming soon to Hyperliquid. The portal is open. You got 24 hours. So this is a portal. A lot of people just put it in the wallet and got registered for just early spots for just whitelist or OG. Turn your notices on. It's coming Hyperliquidated Q25, an easy form for whitelist. So they're just giving access for spots for people that actually early and support the project. They just have accesses to their Telegram if you're interested in joining that, but also keep those on your watch list. But as a wrap up for today, make sure you stay tuned for my wrap up video, and I'm gonna break all this down. Let's get it.
Yo, what's good? Just back at the recap for the end of today's video. I know we just covered Hyperliquid NFTs. I know Hyperliquid as a chain is just really upcoming. A lot of TVL just funneling in. I know it got a lot of people's attention with the airdrop. I know a lot of people made well over 6 figures with that airdrop that just launched at $1 billion valuation, and just upcoming things is leading to liquidity flowing into NFTs. But just going over, you know, some of the hype ones, obviously you got Liquinas, you got Hyperians, just depending on who you ask, just relatively early. So a lot of just different projects you can be able to jump into. But also just some other ones you can get into is like all these have Hyperliquid AI NFTs you can be able to look at. There's many different metas depending on how they utilize functions of the chain. Definitely more of a wild card as far as just exploring possible opportunities within the ecosystem. But as a wrap up for today, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, make sure you share the video. Stay tuned for all the videos I'm going to drop. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace out.